If you have a story about a law of attraction success, or about miracles, divine interventions, or happy glitches in the matrix, send it to me via email or on Instagram. The contact info is on the screen.
If you've never experienced a glitch in the matrix, this is probably not the video for you, so just continue scrolling because you're going to think that I'm crazy. If you have experienced it, I want to know if anyone has experienced anything similar to this, especially from a young age. So I've had multiple glitches throughout my life, especially now that I've gotten older, I can understand what's happening. But I want to talk about the very first one. The very first one that I can remember that I was like, am I crazy or are all of you crazy? So this is around 4th or 5th grade, elementary school. My grandma would pick me up from school 2 to 3 times a week. We were very close. My grandma lived like rock throwing distance from my house. So I would literally travel up the creek through the woods to my grandmother's house that I would go. I would spend all my time with my grandma. So after school, she would pick me up and we would go to Wendy's. That was our thing. We loved Wendy's. My grandma has very prominent blue eyes, like crystal clear. It's a very prominent feature about my grandma that she has very blue, piercing crystal blue eyes. So this one day, she picks me up. We go to Wendy's. We're sitting in the glass area. If you know Wendy's back then you know what I'm talking about. We're sitting there eating our fries, and I look up at my grandma, and my grandma has brown eyes. They're brown. And so naturally, I was like, Grandma, your eyes are brown. And she was like, yeah, Lauren, I have brown eyes. I was like, Grandma, no, you don't. You have very blue eyes. What do you mean you have blue eyes? And she was like, no, Lauren, I have brown eyes. So whatever, we eat. She takes me home, and this is the whole thing. I talked to my mom too, and I'm like, Mom, Grandma has brown eyes. And my mom was like, yeah, Grandma has brown eyes. No, she doesn't. She has blue eyes. What do you mean she has brown eyes? Like, everyone knows that Grandma has blue eyes, and everybody was making me believe that I was crazy. The next time that I see my grandma, 3 days later, my grandma has blue eyes again. So of course I'm like, Grandma, your eyes are blue. Why are your eyes blue? And she's like, yeah, Lauren, I have blue eyes. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do I mean? We just had this conversation 3 days ago when you had brown eyes, and I told you that you had blue eyes, and you're telling me that you have brown eyes, but I know that you have blue eyes, and now that you have blue eyes again, you're telling me that you know you have blue eyes? I'm not crazy. This was not a dream. I did not dream this. This happened. This was reality. I mean, it was like Monday on Thursday. Now you have blue eyes again? Like, I did not make this up. This is still with me to this day. I think about this to this day. My grandma had brown eyes that day that I went to Wendy's with her after school. I didn't make that shit up. Like, that was reality. I didn't miss a day. Like, this happened. Has anybody else ever experienced anything like that? With people's eyes changing colors? And they fully believe that their eyes were a different color. I'll never forget that.
Okay, so I just had a really crazy experience and it's kind of freaking me out. Basically, the babysitter's like 4.5 miles down the street from my job, and there's a gas station across the street from my job. So I always drop my kiddo off at 9 o'clock, and I was getting gas. And when I got done and I was ready to leave, I looked at the clock in my car and it said 8:53. And I thought, well, that's perfect, because even though it's only like 4.5 miles, it's 35 miles an hour almost the whole way. Like, depending on if you hit the stoplight, car alarms going off. It takes anywhere between 5 and 7 minutes to get there. So essentially, I would get there exactly at 9 o'clock, which I did. Now, here's where the weird part is. I went up there, dropped her off, spent 5 to 10 minutes chatting, get back in the car, and the clock is still at 9 o'clock. And I've been having some really weird, like, time slip experiences on that 4-mile stretch of road for a couple weeks now. Like, glitch in the matrix, timeline collapsing type stuff. But what happened to that 5 to 10 minutes? Where did it go? And then as soon as I pulled away and everything, it was like I sat there for a whole 60 seconds waiting for it to turn to 901 because I was just like, what the hell is going on? And then it just was changing every 60 seconds like it was supposed to, and I feel like I'm losing my mind. What is this? What is this? Wait, how is there two of these Nintendo cords? Did this come with two?
That's it. No.
Why is there two?
We never had one of these.
There's two. This is two of them. There's two of them.
Wait, is this the...
No.
No, wait.
No.
There was never two of them.
We never had two of
There
them.
was only one.
Wait. There possibly...
No, there wasn't.
Wait, I think we didn't even need to get one.
That's not the truth.
This was probably going into this, and this was messed up. Was it? Wait, no.
No.
How is there two? How is
No.
there two?
What the fuck is that?
Two.
That was that.
Literally never two.
Okay. No. We never had. No way. No way. We never had two of these. We never had two. This duplicated itself. That's a timeline. That was this Mandela caught on camera. The fuck is this? Their Nintendo Switch stopped charging. So their uncle went and got them a special charger for their Nintendo Switch. And I'm cleaning, and then now all of a sudden there's two chargers for the Nintendo Switch, but we never had two. We only had one, and then the original Nintendo Switch charging port. How is there two? How is there two? That doesn't make sense.
So are you ready for another glitch in the Matrix story? Because this one right here, it's a good one. So this story was sent to me last week by a lady named Jessica, who said that 13 years ago, she experienced a glitch in the Matrix that made her feel completely insane, which is completely understandable. Here's the story. She says, I'd been at my job for a hairdresser for 4 years, working in a small town where everybody knew everyone. One afternoon though, I had an unexpected break between clients when a woman walked in and asked for highlights. She wanted a 2-color foil, which isn't anything unusual, and she didn't talk much during the appointment. Her new hair growth was about 3 inches long before I started. She seemed happy with the results after I finished, and she left without incident. Next week though, another random break popped up in my schedule, which is odd because I'm usually fully booked. As I turned around, there she was, the same woman from the week before. Walking in through the door, I was puzzled, but I greeted her and brought her to my chair. Once she sat down though, I noticed it again, 3 inches of dark new growth. I asked her, didn't you come in last week? She snapped back, does it look like that I've been here? Her tone caught me completely off guard, and I didn't push the issue further. She requested the same exact color from before and sat in silence for the rest of the appointment. Once again, she left happy with her hair. This woman isn't somebody you would easily forget. Her distinct facial features and striking appearance make her stand out. The following week, guess what? Another rare break in my schedule. I turned around and there she was again, standing in the doorway. My stomach dropped. This time, same as before. The same 3 inches of regrowth stared back at me. The same 3 inches that I highlighted the 2 weeks before. I didn't know what to say or think. I just guided her to my chair, trying to keep my composure. This time, I didn't even ask what she wanted. That I already know what you're here for. I was barely able to mask my unease. She didn't respond at all, just sat there silently as I worked. As she was leaving, I forced a smile and said, see you next week. She gave me a strange look, like I was the crazy one. And thankfully, that was the last time I ever saw her. That's crazy, right? 3 weeks, 3 appointments, 3 inches of new hair growth every single time. I don't know a whole lot about hair, but I'm pretty sure that it doesn't grow that fast. That's impossible. So what do you think about this? Was this a glitch in the Matrix, or is there an actual logical explanation that I'm completely missing? Also leave me an answer in the comment section on what the hell is a 2-color foil. I don't have any idea, but I'm more concerned about the glitch in the Matrix, which is absolutely weird. But anyway, if you have a glitch in the Matrix story, I want to hear every story. Anything weird that you got, let me know. Is your house haunted? Did you see Mothman above the McDonald's? Doesn't matter what it is. Let me hear your story. Damn it, man.
My daughter was playing in my glam room when I noticed she was playing with something from my perfume bottle, and I was like, oh, can I see that? How do you have that? Like, how did you get it? She was like playing right here with it. Because I have my perfumes up high, and also on top of this island, and it's like, I noticed it was from this one, so I was like, oh, wait a minute. It doesn't seem like any of the flower petals are missing. And it looks exactly like the flower petal that would belong to this. And I don't know where we would have gotten this from, because even my kids' toys, I remember like everything we buy, and it's not, I don't have bad memory. Where would this have come from? You know? So I'm like baffled, like I don't understand. Because I'm like for real, like how did this happen? I don't know what to make out of it. Let me know what you think in the comments, like why glitches in the Matrix happen.
For more mind-bending Glitch in the Matrix stories, just tap the playlist right here on your screen. Don't forget to like and subscribe, so you never miss a video.